We do not need to show people we love them by touching them, so we just ask that you keep your hands to yourself. Third, if there is someone up on stage talking, we just ask that you give them your full attention and you listen and you're not talking while someone is talking on stage. And then lastly, we just ask that before the night is over that you guys pick up any trash that you have left behind. We are going to have a great night and we are so excited. So Sierra has some announcements for us.
Okay, so just one quick announcement. On November 24th, we're having the Turkey Bowl here at church from 10 to 12. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to play volleyball, kickball, maybe some football. Never know, and it's going to be a great time.
So now we're going to head into the night. Jack is going to come lead us in a Thanksgiving trivia game.
Hey guys, we're gonna play Thanksgiving trivia, and it's trivia over Thanksgiving, and everyone's gonna stand up, and if it's true, if you think the fact is true, you put a thumbs up. If you think it's not true, you put it down. See, is it true? Okay, everyone stand up, and let me know how much about Thanksgiving you know. Okay, take it away, boys. True or false, the first Thanksgiving was actually a week-long celebration, not just a day. Oh, thumbs ups. I've seen a lot of thumbs up. A lot of people think it was a week long. There's a few thumbs down. Okay. And let's see the answer. False! Oh my gosh, that's like 90% of people. You guys are terrible at Thanksgiving trivia. Oh, what? Yeah, it was 3 days, but not a week. The question was a week. All right, next question. The first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade didn't feature any balloons. True or false? Obviously, we know balloons are plentiful at the Thanksgiving Day Parade now. I heard one time that it cost like $500,000 to fill up some of the balloons. I don't know if that's true. But is this true or not? True or false? Let's see the answer. Oh my gosh, it's true! I don't think anyone sat down on that one. You guys are good at this one. All right, next. Americans prepare 46 million turkeys for Thanksgiving each year. True or false? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down? Thumbs down? Thumbs up. All right, let's see the answer. True! Yeah. Okay, this squad of 8th grade boys is actually doing really well. I think, oh, okay, so we got like 8 people left. Next question. The world record for most runners dressed as a turkey at a turkey trot is 324 people dressed as a turkey. Up or down? True or false? Let's see the answer. Oh my gosh, it's false. It's actually 661. What is it? Is there like a distance for a turkey trot? The 8th grade boys are still on fire. Ethan, you're gonna have to step it up. Next question. Only male turkeys actually gobble. True or false? Do female turkeys gobble? No? Yes? No? No? Okay, let's see the answer. It's true! The 8th grade boys are still on fire. They might be cheating. I'm gonna watch. Ethan's in, Kendall's in. Couple girls in the back. The 8th grade boys are still killing it. Canada celebrates their Thanksgiving on the same day as the United States. True or false? 8th grade boys are saying false, and they haven't been wrong yet. Kendall has no idea. She's just copying. Okay, let's see the answer. It's false. Canadians celebrate their Thanksgiving on the second Monday of October. Why do Canadians have Thanksgiving? I feel like, do they have pilgrims and stuff? How does that work in Canada? I don't think Canada had pilgrims, so I think we should remove their Thanksgiving rites. Anyway, next question. Americans eat around 50 million pumpkin pies on Thanksgiving. Oh, hi, Harris. 50 million pumpkin pies. 8th grade boys are split, so they're employing a strategy. Ethan says yes, Kendall says yes. Oh, I wonder why Kendall says yes. All right, let's see the answer. It's true, 50 million pumpkin pies. The 8th grade boys, only one is left. Ethan's still on fire, Kendall's still on fire. Good for you, Kendall. And 2 girls in the back. All right, next question. Black Friday is the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Do toilets break more on Black Friday than any other day? Ethan says yes. Ethan says no. Kendall says yes, and she can't change it. And Caitlin says no. Okay, what's our answer? It's true, it's the busiest day. Kendall's still in. Ethan, you're trash. 8th grade boys are out. We've got 2 girls left. Okay, next question. 5 million people begin Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving, on Thursday. This one's obviously false because you cannot Black Friday shop on a Thursday. So I think we all know the answer to this one. All right, let's see the answer. We have a split decision. It's false. Kendall loses. You win. You get the s'mores party pack with graham crackers, Hershey's, and marshmallows. And not the chocolate puffs. Don't worry, I'll bring them to you. I'll bring them. Don't worry. Oh no, you can come here. Huh?
Okay, hey everybody. So we're about to go into a time of worship. So the last couple weeks, it has been amazing, not gonna lie. So I encourage everybody to come up and use this open space we have available for you. So seriously, come up right now. I love your energy. It just makes our energy a lot better. Just give it all to God and these couple songs.
Sing with me. God, I'm on my knees again. God, I'm begging, please again. I need you. Oh, I need you. Walking down these desert roads, water for my thirsty soul. I need you. Oh, I need you. Come on, let's hear it. Your forgiveness. It's like sweet, sweet honey on my lips. It's like the sound of a symphony to my ears. It's like holy water on my skin. understand me. You understand me. Come to me in the valley of unknowns. You understand me. You understand me. You understand me, God. You understand me. So I throw all my cares before you. My doubts and fears don't scare you. You're bigger than I thought you were. You're bigger than I thought. So I stop all negotiations with the God of all creation. You're bigger than I thought you were. You're bigger than I thought you were. Yeah. So I believe, but help my unbelief. You understand me. You understand me. Help me reach. So help me reach the faith that's underneath. You understand me. You understand me. You understand me, God. You understand me. Oh, so I throw all my cares before you. My doubts and fears don't scare you. You're bigger than I thought you were. You're bigger than I thought. So I stop all negotiation with the God of all creation. You're pray that tonight, God, that you far exceed our expectations of you. God, that we understand that we are nothing but a blip on the radar in your creation, but you value us much bigger than that. God, that you see us, that you value us, that you see our struggles and our pains and our fears and our anxiousness, God, and that you own that. God, I pray that these students can mean these words. God, that they can find rest in you. God, that you are what dictates how we live, how we love, how we interact. God, we thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your love. We thank you for winning the battle for us. God, I pray that our lives are nothing but saying, yes, God, whatever you want out of us. God, our lives are worship to you. God, we thank you for your goodness, and we thank you for being in this place. God, we thank you for your goodness. Amen. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. Thanks for worshiping with us.
So you just pretend to be his friend?
Yeah, but I'm actually not. I don't like him, so I'm tricking him. I never say it, because then he's telling me, and he's also... Am I allowed to say a bad word to the camera or no?
Yeah.
He's also like a sore loser, because you know why?
Why?
Every time when we played tag last year, whenever I tag him, he says, I quit.
Do you have a best friend?
Yes.
Who is it?
Their names?
Yeah.
My friends Sadie and Sophie. One is Eliza, Sophia, Yasmin, Evangeline, Elias, Sheba, David Ruflowers, Josiah.
What makes them your best friend?
Actually, it's James.
Oh, you just changed best friends on me.
Actually,
Ooh.
all my friends are my best friends.
All your friends are your best friends?
Yeah.
What made him your best friend?
We were just friends. The second I saw him, I just was like, he should be my friend.
It's like love at first sight. That's friends at first sight.
Yeah.
What's the most important quality in a best friend?
That you always listen to them. They don't talk behind your back. Caring, loving, kind. Because if you don't listen, they'll think that they're not important.
What's the difference between a best friend and just a friend?
A friend is just like, well, I'm not really helping you much, but it's not like I'm hurting you. But then a best friend is like, I'm gonna help you with this. I'm gonna help him with that. I'm gonna help him with blah, blah, blah.
What do you like the most about him?
He usually never gives up in something. He's always there to help everyone.
Is it okay for someone to go through life without ever having a best friend?
Yeah, it's something normal. You can have a best friend. You don't have to have a best friend.
Because if you don't have a best friend, they'll keep asking, like, am I your best friend? Am I your best friend? Am I your best friend? And then if you say, none of you are my best friends, they won't be your friend anymore.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Am I your best friend?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice. I love that. We just became best friends. Thank you so much.
Last week called In Real Life, and we're just talking about friendships, relationships, and how to do these in real life, and not just these shallow level relationships, but what does it mean to have real friendships, real relationships? And so I want to do something just to show you guys how much you do have in common. And so maybe one of you guys gets a new best friend here tonight. By the way, I don't mean to be rude, but one of those kids is a straight up liar, all right? Because you can't have more than one best friend. Only one. Only one. Drake, you're with me, right? All right. Drake and I have been defending this answer for years now, Drake. I mean, I don't want to make fun of the kid, but he was wrong, all right? You only get one best friend. That's the definition of best. Case closed. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Because two things. It's November, all right? November means two things. It means it's Thanksgiving time is coming up. I'd also like to remind everybody about a very special Wednesday night next Wednesday. November, it's typically, we've almost reversed this here. November is also your time to get flannels out, all right? Everybody here needs to own a flannel. If you don't own a flannel, your parents aren't raising you right. I apologize on their behalf, and so I'm here to help guide you and to correct your terrible mistakes. Everybody wear a flannel next Wednesday. It's Flannel Wednesday. Thank you, gentlemen. Some of you guys are on it. Some of you guys got on it last Wednesday, and I forgot to announce. So anybody that wears a flannel next Wednesday, you'll get something for free. What is it, you might ask? I have no idea, but I'll get you something. Everybody that has a flannel on, you'll go by the concession stand. There will be something free that we will give you at the concession stand. So next Wednesday, you guys think I'm joking? Next Wednesday, wear your flannel. Now, since it's Thanksgiving and we're talking about friendship, I want you guys to see how many people in here might have very similar thoughts that you do. So we're going to do a really quick game here, just called Chair Swap, all right? What we're going to do, Will, if you'll put those rules up there for me, I'm going to read something out about Thanksgiving. If this is true for you, you're going to stand up, and you are going to go switch chairs with somebody else that's also standing up, but it has to be somebody in a different row. Because I want you to be able to walk and see other people that think just like you. For instance, if I said, you think you can only have one best friend, anything else is just a lie and a sham, and you're lying to yourself, and you're trying to make your other friends feel good, but the truth is you like one of them better, Drake would stand up, I would stand up, and I'd be like, you feel the same way, and we would swap chairs, all right? Maybe I'll high-five him on the way. Glad to know he's being honest with himself. That's how this game will work. So these are all Thanksgiving little truths, and if it's true for you in your life, you're going to stand up, swap chairs with somebody else. You might just meet your new best friend. Drake's playing. All right, here we go. So the first one is, what do we got the first one, Will? What? If no one else is standing, stand in the back of the room and wait till the next round. I don't like that one. All right. If you like turkey more than ham, stand up and go switch chairs with somebody. If you like turkey more than ham, you got to leave your row, though. You got to leave your row. While you sit down, introduce yourself to somebody. Say hello. Maybe you meet a new friend. You got to move. You didn't leave your row. That's weak. All right. If you don't know the person next to you, tell them hi. Like, hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. All right, now we know. That's a lot of people moved. I did not think. We got a lot of ham people sitting. I prefer ham, too. You can do way more with it. All right, next one. If you enjoy watching the Macy's Day Parade, I'm not convinced that people really like parades. I don't understand it. That's not a lot. All right, so if you enjoy watching the Macy's Day Parade, only a handful of you enjoy watching the parade. Thank you, everybody else, for being honest. Hand it off. The parade, I don't get it anymore. All right. It's just a bunch of people lip-syncing songs at this point in the game. I don't understand it. All right, next one. Here we go. If you love to take naps after Thanksgiving meal, stand up and move. If you love to take a nap after you eat all the food. Feel like some of you just don't want to move. You're lying. Some of you definitely want to go to sleep. Do what? That's a good one. That used to be me and my brother's tradition. Video games after Thanksgiving meals. All right. Hey, you ended up over there now. Here we go. Next one. Pumpkin pie is overrated. Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, like, it's all right. But I don't know anybody that, like, for their birthday is like, hey, Mom, make me a pumpkin pie for my birthday. Like, it's overrated. I'm glad to see most of you felt that way. All right, next one. What do we got? Your parents make you say what you're... How many of you like this? If you like when your parents make you say what you're thankful before the meal. Shame on my whole family. All right, stand up, move around. You can't force a kid to get up, all right? You just gotta. She doesn't like it. You do. I said if you like it, stand up. Too late. We're just gonna say you like it. It's your favorite part of the holiday. Next to the parade. All right, here we go. Next one. Stand up if your family has weird traditions on Thanksgiving. How many of your families have weird traditions? Swap with somebody. Oh, we're about to hear what your weird tradition is. Jackson, just come right there. What's your weird tradition? You just don't want to say? It's so bad you won't even want to say it. I need to know this now. Jackson, what's your weird tradition? You have what? That's not a weird tradition. Chocolate pie? It's not a weird tradition. I need some. Who else stood up for the weird tradition? What do you guys do? Hold on. You do what? You have to wear clothes to the store? Crappy. Sorry, Pastor Randall. Oh, you have to wear like ugly sweaters to the store? Like to go shopping? So on Thanksgiving, you all go shopping together and everybody has to put ugly Christmas sweaters on? That's the best thing ever. I love that. Do what? Marcus says he I don't know. You know what? If it's not true, I want to believe it's true. So we're just going to stick with that. You go, nope. Dang, come on. I got to find out what's going on. We're going to dig into that later. All right. No one else has any weird traditions. You're forced to play games with grandma? You guys are the worst people ever. What do you mean you're forced to play games with grandma? So, let me get this straight. If your parents are like, Colin, if your parents are like, hey, let's all go play some board games, grandma's in there, you're just like, no, I won't do it. And they're like, you have to. Unwillingly? Where's Haley? Where's Haley? Did you stand up? Why do you guys hate your grandma? Yeah. Yeah, so you're forced to. You don't get to. You guys are terrible people. I thought you were some of the nicest. Way down there. I hope your grandma's not watching online. All right. Looks are everything when deciding what to eat. Oh, like it's got to look good. I was like, I don't understand what that means. So it's got to look good. You're not just going to taste it. All right, whatever. All right, let's go through that one quick. Go to the next one. What do you got? You'd rather sit at the kids' table. How many of you guys would rather sit at the kids' table? I agree. Hey, 90% of the time, the kids' table is way more fun. It is way more fun. Is there one more? Let's do one more. We'll do one more. Last one. The kids' table gets too political for me. I gotta sit with. All right, you have that one relative that makes you cringe. You got that one relative. Did you move? I want to know more, but I don't want to embarrass anybody on that one. There's one more? All right, pick one more, Will. Pick one more. You've already worn flannel this fall. You've already worn a flannel at some point this fall. If you're wearing one right now, yes. If you are not moving, we will have counseling sessions for all of you right after service. If you did not stand up, shame on all of you. That's how mad I was about to get at everybody not wearing flannels. All right. So, get comfy because you're staying where you're at. We're going to leave it like it is. No, it's not your shirt anymore. You just lost your shirt. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Chloe, did you just bully Andrew out of his seat? Tanner. Sit next to Tanner. Tanner's good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the person to your left is your new best friend. Congratulations. Say hi. You just became best friends. All right. All right. So, we're going to remember rule number 2 for the rest of the night. Martine. Sorry. So right here, boys and girls, right here. Let's jump into it. I want to do this because I want you to see. Where's your chair at? You're literally breaking the rule you said. Oh, gosh. All right. Marcus, Parker, you guys good next to each other? I just want to make sure there's not like... All right. Okay. We did this for a reason. I want you guys to see. A lot of people may feel the same as you, and a lot of people go through the same things as you. And so I want to do this game because after last Wednesday, we had about 5 or 6 different students come up to me afterwards and said, that is what my friends did, or that's what I'm going through, or that's what happened to me. And I want you guys to see that a lot of you have the same thoughts, the same opinions, and go through the same things. And so often when we get into student ministry and stuff, and this is why I have students share so often, is because you may think, like, is anybody else going through what I'm going through? And so I wanted to do this game real quick just to see, like, other people have weird relatives. Most people don't like pumpkin pie. Other people have weird traditions. So you can understand, maybe my family's not so weird, and other people go through what I go through, and also see that there's a lot of like-minded in here, okay? So as we talk about friendships and we talk about this idea of in real life, we are talking about taking things beyond shallow level relationships where we can keep everything at arm's distance because, boys, girls, because as we read about last week, I quoted that article from 2020 that just talks about this generation is the most connected generation, but also this generation, when they polled people your age, when they took surveys, found out that this generation also feels lonelier than any other generation before you. And so why is that? It's because we've created this easy way to have friendships, but to keep them all at arm's distance and not be real. And so that's why we started doing this series in real life, is to look at this. And so last week we talked about what types of friends do you want in your life? And so tonight, because it's really easy to be like, these are the type of friends you need, and these are the type of friends you need. But what we also want to do is look at our own life and say, what type of friend am I? How can I be this sort of better friend? And so these past 2 weeks, we're just going through the book of Proverbs. And the book of Proverbs was written by King Solomon, who, when he became king, he said, what is one thing you want? And the only thing, he said, he prayed to God and said, I want wisdom. I'm praying for wisdom. And so God gave Solomon this great wisdom, and people would come from miles and miles away to seek out his advice and his thoughts. And so when Solomon writes this stuff in Proverbs, there's so many things that he wrote down, these thousands of years ago that were recorded that still to this day are exactly like they hit right where we are at. And so I'm going to jump right into it because there's this funny study that people did, and I want to show you how just the truth that's in Proverbs. And so the first thing I want you guys to think about is what type of friend am I? What type of friend should I be to other people? And we're just going to go over two really simple things that if we apply these things in our life, your friendships will be better off. You will be better off. Your relationship with God will overflow into those relationships around you. And so this first thing we want to think about is, are we uplifting? Are we real enough for our friends where we are willing to encourage and lift up other people? What he wrote in Proverbs chapter 17, Will, if you can throw that up there. He says, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. Now, I want us to think about this real quick, okay? A cheerful heart is good medicine. We talked about friend groups last week. We talked about the different types of friends. Now, in your friend group, there's usually someone that's always extra cheerful. There is a bubbly person, there's a happy person, there's the guy that's always making jokes, making people laugh. What's happening, girls? We good? Okay, thank you. There's always someone that's doing you just enjoy being around that person. They're like, man, that person cracks me up. I'm not talking just fake cheer, like they're always like, hi, and have a smile on my face, and inside they're hurting or anything. I'm talking about just that uplifting, encouraging person. That friend that's like, man, I just feel better when I'm around them. They're just fun to be around. And so when Solomon wrote this, he says, a cheerful heart is good medicine. But I also want you to think about that second part where he says, a broken spirit saps a person's strength. And you might have a friend in your life that always seems to be down, always negative, always complaining about something because they're just always, whether it's you're having a good time and they're like, well, I read the earth is going to burn on fire in 10 years. And you're like, whoa, what are they, they always have something negative. And do you know, when you're around somebody that's just always down, always bringing up, and you can have a good friend. It doesn't mean they're a bad friend or anything, but you have a friend that's just man, they're just always saying stuff. And how do you feel when you're around people like that? Yeah. How are you? I said, how do you feel? Oh, okay. What is that feeling like when you're around somebody that's just always down about stuff? It's just draining. Yeah, it's draining. And so I love what he writes here is a broken spirit saps a person's strength. And so he's talking about that in your own life, but also if all we do is focus on the negative stuff in the world, and then we start pouring that onto our friendships, that just starts to not only sap in your strength, but it starts to sap on other people's strength. And you may see people go through this where it's just, man, they're just always focused on everything bad in the world, and then they just overflow that into everywhere else. And we got to look at, like, what type of friend am I? Now, I love this study that they did, and I don't know how scientific this study really is. I just found it super interesting, where they took 3 groups of plants. In one plant, they put, in the sun and the normal thing, and they just allowed it to, like, this one's going to be controlled, just we'll feed it, sun, normal. Another one, they took plants, and they said, these plants, we are going to do the same thing as that one, but these plants, we're going to say nice things to it. So this was literally like people's jobs. They would spend a few hours each day bringing people in and just talking to a plant, like, man, you're a good plant. Look how green your leaves are. Oh, you're doing incredible. Look at that. Your soil is, you're in that soil growing, and they would just compliment. This is not a joke. This was the experiment. And they would compliment the plant, like, oh, you got a flower going. Oh, but it's going to be red. Look at the, and they would just compliment these flowers. And then there was another group of plants. Same sunlight, same feeding, same everything. But this group of plants, they just made fun of and yelled at all the time. They said negative remarks to these plants. And so they would, literally come to these plants and be like, you are the worst plant ever. Look at your leaves. Is that all you got? Hey, did you hear? And they would, like, read politics stories and, like, can you believe this? Look at gas prices. Thanks a lot. And they would just go on and, like, speak nothing but negative remarks to these plants. Here's what they found. The one plant that's, like, just controlled, it grew and it was fine. The ones that they, like, praised compliments to actually grew bigger and stronger, more green, or more flowers or whatever had it. And the ones that they yelled at actually started dying. And so IKEA wanted to try this study that had been done. And so IKEA was like, we want to try this out. And so what they did was they took 2 pots of plants, and if you see in the pictures, they start out as the same plant. Same size, same green, same everything. They had the same sunlight, got the same water, got the same food, and they put it in front of a school. And this is a school that IKEA was like, let's see how well this is. And they wanted to, and so this plant got bullied. And so it was literally like kids would just come by and be like, you're a stupid plant. And then they would walk off. And the other one, they did the same thing where they would go by and like, hey, we love you, plant. Like, look at you go, man. Look at that. What are you, bamboo? Looking good. I don't know what plant that is, but they would just compliment it. And here's what they found, what happened when they put this in front of the school. They did, their study showed up the same thing. The plant that was bullied died. It had the same water, the same food. The plant that nothing but negativity overflowed onto it, because that's all it took in, that's all it thought about. It just lived a bullied life. It was just nothing but negative. The plant that was complimented grew almost twice its size. They did experiments that King Solomon told them thousands of years ago. A cheerful heart is good medicine. Isn't that that's a sad little thing, by the way, with your plants. But a broken spirit saps a person's strength. The NIV says a crushed spirit dries up the bones. It takes away. And so we got to start asking ourselves, what type of friend am I? Am I the type of friend that, man, like, I'm building people up, I am encouraging? I love when that girl said, well, like, your friends are just people that are kind of there with you, but your best friends are people who are like, can I help you with this? Hey, how can I help you with this? Can I help you with this? And help you with blah, 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 blah. She's like, they help you, they want to encourage you, they build you up. That's like a good friend. And so we got to ask ourselves, what type of friend are we in those relationships? Are we friends that encourage one another? Are we friends that build up, that, like, talk to each other in kind ways, like help each other out? Or do we just, destroy each other? Like, I want you to understand what that can do to someone's life. Jay, could you stand up for me? You have no idea what I'm going to do. Just stand in here, please. All right. I just want you to physically see. I want everybody just to yell compliments at Jay for it. Stay right there, Jay. Jay, you can't walk away. You'll ruin my illustration. Everybody just say nice things to Jay real quick. All right. Look at him. Look at that smile start to form. He's holding the smile back. Look at him. All right. See, look. You can see it on his face. Look how happy that made him. He's like, you can just see Jay start to smile when a group of people just started bringing compliments. Now let's look at Andrew. Andrew, stand up for me. I want you guys to say the most negative things you can at Andrew. Stop it. Shame on you. Shame on you. Andrew, the only people yelling at you are kids that don't wear flannels, all right? They were raised wrong. I used Andrew because I knew only 10 of you would yell. I was going to use myself, but I was like, I'm going to go home and quit my job by the time they're done with me. So I thought Andrew, no one says anything bad to Andrew. The bearded Andrew. Someone said, you have a beard. That's not negative, all right? It was a mid-school boy. They don't understand yet. You got a beard, that's weird. It's coming, Johnny. Don't worry. All right. Now, here's the deal. I want you to see, just how that stuff matters. And what Solomon is writing here, now, I'm not saying be fake friend. What we're saying is, being real and just building each other up. And how when we are a friend that constantly just complains and brings junk, you have to start thinking about yourself what am I bringing in so much in my life that's all that's overflowing? And when we read in Scripture that the gifts of the fruits of the Spirit are joy, happiness, peace, kindness, what Solomon is writing here is this cheerful heart that brings good medicine. It literally, what they are showing is it literally heals and brings good medicine is the same thing that they write and say, man, when you have a relationship with Christ, these things should be overflowing in your life. That relationship with God should be overflowing into your friendships. And that sometimes takes you beyond that shallow zone. Because I know right now some of you are thinking, what am I supposed to go say nice things to a friend? Yes, but that takes going beyond that shallowness. Some of you guys, I know that alone thinking well, what am I going to do? Hey, good job. Yes, that idea sometimes for some of us are so foreign because we don't even know what that's like to have that type of friend, let alone be that type of friend. And so I love when Solomon's hey, let that life, let that joy overflow to other people because it literally changes them. You watched right there as Jay, he tried to hold back that smile. It started going up behind that little beard of his. He was smiling. His heart's so full right now. I can see it in his eyes right now. He doesn't even know what to do with himself. Now, the second thing I want you guys to really think about, and we'll kind of go from here, is as we are uplifting and bringing some joy into the lives of other people, we also need to start thinking about, are we real enough to be there for each other? Are you the type of friend that are other people know they're going to be there for me? They're going to be there for me when I'm struggling, but also they're going to be there for me if I start making mistakes and doing stupid stuff. Am I the type of friend, do I have those type of friends? And am I the type of friend that is willing to call out my friends when they are going through these things? And that is getting really real. That is digging deeper into our relationships. There's a verse in Proverbs 27:17, and it was something that a leader in my life when I was in high school shared with me, and it was none of you guys, he literally sat me and a group of guys down. He's none of you guys' lives are ever going to change until you start living this out. And it was Proverbs 27:17. It says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And what he was saying was, when you guys see each other start making mistakes and you just pretend like it's not there, or you're not there for your friends and you just kind of let them do whatever, you need to hold each other accountable for that. And I was like, that's so dumb. Why would I do that? And we all play different sports, and so maybe you could see it this way. If you saw someone on your team doing the wrong play or doing something wrong, would you just let them? Well, no. We would tell each other that. Why? Because I don't want to lose. He's then why don't you do that in your friendships? Why do you just let your friends do stupid stuff and go the wrong direction in life without saying something to them? Now, not being a jerk about it, not calling them out, not even shooting a text, not doing that, actually talking to someone and saying, hey, I don't know what's going on in your life right now, but where are you heading? Like, what's going on? Why are you making these choices? And so it's calling each other out, but it's also being willing to be the type of friend that's there for someone when they are going through struggles. It's not just getting in their face and be like, well, you're doing stupid, you're an idiot. No, we're not killing plants here. It is coming alongside someone and saying, hey, what's going on in your life, man? Like, there's something different, and I don't know where you're at right now. It is being willing to call out a friend and talk to them and see what's going on in their struggles. Being real. None of these things may come naturally to many of you in here. But this is why it's called in real life. It is taking those shallow surface level things, not just leaving a comment. I love, man, Facebook. I know none of you guys go to Facebook anymore. It's either become like fun pictures of people and their families or everybody's opinion on everything ever. And like some of like really good people that I love just saying the most negative comments to each other. I can't believe you say that. I can't believe you feel that way. I'm like, these guys are like good friends too. And they're like just bashing non-forth on their comment section. And I'm thinking, that's not how it's done. Like adults, we can do better. Like it's real. That's not real life friendships. Real life friendships is coming alongside someone and saying, hey, what's going on? Maybe it's a struggle. Maybe they're dealing with junk in their life and just being there for each other. As iron sharpens iron, what that means is it's literally they're sharpening swords is the idea, or sharpening an iron tool to make it sharper, to make it better. As iron sharpens iron, so one man is there for another. They are there for each other. Real relationships. So I want you guys to kind of think and just ask yourself two things here. Do I have those types of relationships in my life? Is there anybody that would call me out or has called me out when I've gone through stuff or when I did something dumb? And am I that type of friend that cares enough about my friends to actually come alongside them when I see them struggling? Maybe I see them going a different direction. You know, maybe you juniors and seniors, you had friends that when they were 8th grade, freshmen or sophomores, were living for Christ, and now it's a whole different direction. You thought, I never even said a word to them. I just kind of let them go. What is it, and what type of friend are you? And so instead of always thinking, well, I don't have anybody in my life that does that, my question for you is, are you that type of friend to other people? Like, how is God using you to be that type of friend? And because here's what happens. Even if you don't have that, when you start being that type of friend to other people, it tends to overflow into your friendship groups. And that was one of the biggest things that I learned. Like, I was very fortunate through those last couple of years of high school to start having those types of friends because someone challenged me to be that. And as a young man, it wasn't easy. That doesn't come naturally to me. But that changed some of my friendships. And in college, I was lucky enough to have a group of guys that were that for me. Like, as an adult, I've needed that. Like, I joke with Andrew, but Andrew's been someone that's been along my side through some tough times and was also a friend that was kind of called me out on some things and was like, hey, I just don't know if that's right. And I need those friends. You need those friends. And I also want to be that type of friend for people. And so I just want you guys to continue to think about that. How is my life with Christ overflowing into my friendships? Because that's really what it comes down to. How is my life overflowing into other people's life? Am I that type of friend? And I am not kidding. Every time, I said this last week, and every time I say that, I always get a couple people, it's like, did you really do that? Like I'm lying about it. If you don't have those types of friends in your life, you need to be praying for those right now. You need to, as we go into a worship song here in a minute, your prayer should be, God, I need to be that type of friend, but Lord, I need those friends in my life. And you should be praying that constantly. It was the best prayer I ever could have prayed in high school. Changed everything in my life. You need to be praying that you can have those types of friendships, but also praying, God, let me be that type of friend to someone else. Guys, your friendships, your real relationships will make or break your high school years. All right, mid-school, just let me tell you this right now. If you're in mid-school right now, the types of friends you have will make or break your high school years. I promise you. It will make all the difference in the world. And if we can be that type of friend in other people's lives, even better. So just be thinking about that. I want you to just watch this video as we get ready, and as we finish with some worship, Ethan's going to come up and share real quick and then dismiss us.
It begins with openness, the willingness to come alongside someone else, to pour out, care, invest. It's about sharing the journey, doing life together, growing, forging, becoming. It's about selflessness, caring enough to walk through the valley, even when it's painful. To love people as Christ has loved us. It's rejoicing when they rejoice, hurting when they hurt, being a hand, an encourager, a friend. We were not created to wander alone. For as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
Come out of sadness from wherever you've been. Come broken-hearted, let a rescue begin. Come find your mercy, sinner, come kneel. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can't heal. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can't heal. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Oh, wanderer, come home. You're not too far. So lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, come as you are. There's hope for the hopeless and all those who've strayed. Come sit at the table, come taste the grace. There's rest for the weary, a rest that endures. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can't cure. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Oh, wanderer, come home. You're not too far. So lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, come as you are, come as you are.
What's going on, guys? Kind of like what Rob was saying, just finding those friends that you can really talk to and be real with. So I know in my life I have actually found those friends. Quinn, Mike, well, some of you guys know Quinn, but Colin also. We have a group chat where we can just talk to each other and keep each other accountable about things we're dealing with or just things we're going through in general. And like I said, we're just here for each other and just being real with each other. I would bet money that Quinn would probably drive up to Kansas City just to help us out if we really needed it. And that's just how he is, and vice versa. for us to Him. So, yeah, like Rob said, just finding those people that you can be real with is really important and can really help you in life in general. But also, we have another announcement this Sunday. Focus. We talked about it last week. We just kind of talk about why the Bible is real and why we should believe it. So this week it is at it's a change time just for this week because of the Chiefs game. So it's 5 to 6:30 at the Graham's house, like last week. So yeah, come over. It's a good time. I was there last week. We had some fun. We played a game. Got a little bit too competitive, but it's still a good time. So yeah.
Hey, thank you, Ethan. So don't forget, next Wednesday, wear a flannel, get something free, don't know what. Don't have too high expectations, but it'll be something. It'll be a good time. And then also, if you have been meeting about baptism, please come talk with us. We'll be right there in that back room. I know some of you guys did week 1 already, but if you missed that first talk, that's all right. If you are interested in baptism and you haven't even started those talks yet, we're going to meet for like 5 minutes. It's going to be super fast. Right back in their room right now. So everybody else, go ahead and stand up. Make sure there's no trash underneath your chairs, and have a great night tonight.